welcome to the 43rd Annual Otto Graham Awards Ceremonies. I'm your host, Ed Pereira. It's my pleasure to be here with you tonight, and we've got some great folks we want to tell you about here. Each and every one of these candidates is certainly well-deserving of this Otto Graham Award. Let us begin by introducing you to the Apponequet nominee, Brody Jolie, and his coach, Zane Fife. From Bishop Stang High School, please welcome Keegan Plant along with Coach Dennis Golden. From Bourne High School, please welcome Vincent Boccolini and Coach Jim McIntyre. You're the last of the ones that have to have the long walk all the way over here, bro. From Bristol Plymouth, please welcome Dante Salvo and Coach Roger Severia. Sorry, Roger. It's all right. From Dartmouth High School, please welcome Ray Gramlich IV and Coach Richard White. From Diamond High School, please welcome Sam Perry and Coach Luke Beret. And from that other school in Fall River, from Durfee High School, please welcome Ben Sherry and Coach Taylor Brown. From Fairhaven High School, please welcome Justin Marks and Coach Derek Almeida. Right here from Greater New Bedford Voc-Tech, please welcome Harrison Cabral and Coach Sam Schilling. From Joseph Case High School in Swansea, please welcome Lucas Saltmarshy and Coach Anthony Palladino. From Middleborough High School, please welcome Caden Carullo and Coach Patrick Kingman. From New Bedford High School, please welcome Devon Shields and Coach Mark DeBrito. From Old Colony, please welcome Max Finney and Coach Brandon Mendez. From Old Rochester Regional, please welcome Gavin Martin and Coach Bryce Gibo. From Somerset Berkeley, please welcome Brendan McDonald and Coach Nick Freitas. From Taunton High School, please welcome Elijah Prophet and Coach Brad Sidwell. And finally, from Wareham High School, please welcome Peyton Calvin and Coach Cy Barito. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for all of our candidates here tonight? We have some thank yous we'd like to share with you this evening. First of all, Natalie Attired are all our nominees here this evening, and they got their tuxes from the good folks over at Tuxtown in Taunton or Robert's House of Formals in Fall River. We thank them for helping us out for this evening. And we have some thank yous for the folks over here, including Principal Williams, Superintendent Watson, and, of course, Chef Bosquet in the Culinary Arts Department that did such a great job. Hopefully you had some shrimp and other things to deal with there. I saw a lot of the coaches were right there for the shrimp and the crackers. I don't know what that's all about, but there's something going on with the shrimp, and they were all over, and that's good to see. The 43rd Annual Otto Graham Awards. Some of you might be saying, who is Otto Graham? Well, I'm here to tell you all about that. He was a all-league player from 9 of his 10 years, he passed for over 23,000 yards. He rushed for 44 touchdowns. In 10 seasons, he threw 174 touchdowns. That's impressive in and of itself, but I always like this quote that he has, and he says, "Pro football is no game for weaklings. Everyone knows that. The men are rugged, they play hard, but they play clean. When men get into big-time football, they're good enough not to have to play dirty. We love the game, and we believe football competition, as well as all sports competition, makes high types of men." And, you know, that's what Otto Graham lived by, and he really was that way. A very good student. He was also a great leader. He served his country very well in the United States Navy, and he also was here for the first few Otto Graham Awards that we actually did many years ago. In fact, he used to be the commandant just down over at the Coast Guard Academy in Connecticut, so it was always a pleasure to have him here. And always a pleasure to join us this evening is the gentleman who was here for each and every one of these, and the man who came up with this idea along with some other folks. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome, as we like to say, Mr. Fabulous, Richard Fabio.
Thank you very much, and welcome. Every year, it's the same thing. We look at these young men, and you have a lot of faith in the United States. This is our future leaders. But welcome tonight, and I love to thank the man really responsible for this is Jeff Riley. I came to him 43 years ago, and had an idea, and he said, "Oh, yeah, let's do it." And I said, "Gee, that's interesting." He said, "Yes," right away, and I asked him why. He said, "This beautiful facility is something I'd like to see more taxpayers see what we have here, and different towns contribute to this building," and that was his predicating thought on saying yes. And then I said, "Well, I have a problem." And he said, "What's that?" I said, "Young men this age rarely will have a suit because they're growing, and unless there's a wedding or a death or something in the family, they're not going to have a suit." He picked up the phone, called Robert's Formal Wear, and he said yes right away. So that's why these guys all look like $1 million. I just ask you to do one thing. Google Otto Graham. You will be shocked. You heard some of the man's accomplishments, but you'll understand why we're so proud that we have this, and you're representing your families and your school. And enjoy yourself, and we'll get on with the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Richard. Well, one of the things that comes after having done this for a few years is that you get a little bit older, and you guys in front here, one day you'll have to do this too, and that's to put on your reading glasses so I can tell exactly what it is we're supposed to say about you. So now we're all set. From Apponequet High School, please welcome Brody Jolie and Coach Zane Fife. Well, the good folks over at Apponequet nominated Brody for the Otto Graham Award, a captain of the 2024 Lakers football team. He's been an integral leader for the football program over the last few years, leading the team both offensively and defensively. Behind a core of young players this season, Brody mentored his teammates while paving the way to another record-breaking season. On offense this year, Brody was the workhorse for the Lakers. His ability to see the field and read defenses, along with his raw strength and speed, allowed him to break his own single-season rushing record, totaling 2,168 yards. He averaged 9.7 yards per carry, 217 yards per game, and nearly every 3 carries being a gain of 10 yards or more, and every 7 out of 20 being 20 yards or more. He had 3 300-yard rushing games, 3 200-yard rushing games. There was only one game in which he was held under 100 yards rushing. He caught 17 balls for 222 yards and scored 24 offensive touchdowns. On defense, he made his mark as a linebacker, totaling 52 tackles, 11.5 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks, 3 interceptions, and a forced fumble. For his career, Brody totaled 3,841 career rushing yards at 8.5 yards per carry, breaking previous Otto Graham Award winner Kevin Hughes' all-time record. He totaled 4,437 scrimmage yards at 9 yards per touch and scored 51 touchdowns in all just over a 2-year offensive career. He made 140 tackles, 20 for loss, had 5 takeaways, 2 of which went for touchdowns. Brody received 19 career kicks and punts for 28.4 yards per return and took 3 back for scores. He's a well-accomplished young man in the game of football. He's a 2-time SEC All-Star, an SEC MVP, a 2-time SEC champion, and will likely be a 2-time Standard Time Super Teamer. He's even being nominated for the Shriners All-Star Game, Division V All-State team, as well as the Super 26 team. Even with all of his accolades, Brody is a sportsman and a respectful young man. He understands the concept of a team and at times took the entire team on his back and willed them to success. Even if he knocked you down on a play, he was there to reach out his hand and help you back up. Multiple coaches have reached out to the Apponequet staff and said that Brody is arguably the best running back they have ever seen, or at least have seen, in a long time. He could very well be the best back in the state. Now, to hear that coming from other coaches, well, that's quite an honor. Ladies and gentlemen, from Apponequet High School, Brody Jolie. From Bishop Stang High School, please welcome Keegan Plant and Coach Dennis Golden. Well, Keegan's been a great leader and outstanding contributor to the program for 4 years. He has carried the ball on offense. He has blocked for others. He has played on every special team, and he is one heck of a defensive end. Keegan is a 2-year all-conference performer in the Catholic Central League and a team captain. He's equally tough against the run and the pass. He uses his hands as well. He is extremely fast off the football. He plays kick-out blocks versus power and counter with abandon and regularly destroys the blocking scheme that teams run at him. He uses speed and leverage to his pass rush and has a great lean towards the quarterback. Like a true leader, he takes time to show younger teammates techniques and insights to his positions, and he only wants what's best for the team. Keegan fought off sickness and injury weekly throughout this season this year. He is rare to see a player go through so much and still have the desire to play that Keegan shows. He was often double-teamed, and he kept giving great effort. We pointed to him repeatedly on film as the standard for play. Keegan made 35 tackles on the season, including 3 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles, 3 quarterback sacks, and 5 quarterback pressures. Keegan was unwavering in his attitude when he started the season 0-3 versus some very good competition. Well, Stang found some answers, which included Keegan clearing a path for others as a blocking back. He was all in for it. In fact, he told them on multiple occasions to run the ball behind me. Keegan's attitude led to team success, and this enabled the Spartans to climb back into their season and earn a playoff berth with 4-4 just 1 month later. The healthiest Keegan played was his final game against Bishop Fee, a state contender each and every year and one of the strongest opponents they play. Keegan played lights out on Thanksgiving Eve, gave everything that he had, and dominated the line of scrimmage. He reminded everyone present of the player, the teammate, the leader that he is. Keegan has played varsity basketball, and he's been heavily involved. Student council as class vice president for both grades 11 and up, and also in 12. He is a hardworking student in school, carrying a 3.16 grade point average and making the honor roll on a regular basis. In his free time, Keegan has volunteered at Whole Child Therapy in Acushnet, working with children who have special needs. Keegan states that this has helped him grow as a person because to him it brought in his knowledge and own thinking about possibilities for helping and for problem solving. Time and again, opposing coaches sought Keegan out after the game to tell them that they believed him to be an outstanding football player. Keegan will play football next year, and the school and team that gets Keegan Plant will get a tremendous player and an even better person. Ladies and gentlemen, from Bishop Stang High School, Keegan Plant. From Bourne High School, please welcome Vincent Boccolini and Coach Jim McIntyre. Well, the coach writes that they have decided to go with Vincent for this award, recognizing his exceptional performance, his leadership, and perseverance both on and off the football field. Vinny's journey to the program in 2024 was anything but ordinary. Transforming to Bourne High School from Sandwich, he joined a team with a strong returning class and the monumental task of following in the footsteps of their previous quarterback, who had been selected to the team MVP, the SEC All-Star, and an Otto Graham Award winner. Despite those challenges, Vinny quickly proved not only to be an ideal fit, but also a leader capable of guiding the team to a successful 7-4 record and securing the program's first playoff win since 2011. Vinny brought a unique skill set to the double wing offense, traditionally relying on the run game. His ability to throw the football allowed them to expand their passing game and give the team a more versatile offensive edge. However, his impact extended far beyond the gridiron. Through his dedication, work ethic, and poise under pressure, he earned the respect of his teammates and coaches, establishing himself as a natural leader. Off the field, Vinny has exemplified what it means to be a student athlete. He's a member of the National Honor Society and DECA and is consistently achieves honor roll status with a 3.88 GPA, placing him in the top 25% of his class. His commitment to serving others is evident through his volunteer work with Sandwich Youth Football, Four Oceans Beach Cleanup, the annual Polar Plunge in support of Massachusetts Special Olympics, and the Buzzards Bay Food Pantry. Vinny's contributions to the community, his academic excellence, and his unwavering leadership on and off the field embody the spirit and the values of Otto Graham. As he looks to continue his football career in college while pursuing a degree in business management, the coaching staff has no doubt that they will continue to see an inspired young man who will lead those around him. Once again, from Bourne High School, Vincent Boccolini. From Bristol Plymouth High School, please welcome Dante Salvo and Coach Roger Sareva. Well, the coach writes about Dante. He's been a 4-year member of the football program at Bristol Plymouth. He's the epitome of the traditional blue-collar, hardworking vocational student athlete. Dante saw some action on special teams during his sophomore year due to his work ethic, his nose for the ball, and his physical playing style. As a junior, he became a starter early in his junior year in the secondary, along with playing on all the special teams. Dante was among one of the team leaders in tackles from his cornerback position, and he also played some outside linebacker. There are the same two positions that he has played since he was 6 years old, playing youth football. Dante's senior year has been just about the same. They could always rely on Dante to be one of the hottest workers at practice and in games, and once again, he was a team leader in tackles, along with a few sacks and playing on virtually every special team. Dante is a very good student, earning honor roll placement in all quarters of high school career. He's also in the plumbing program at Bristol Plymouth, and his work ethic allowed him to be the first student in his junior year to be recommended for a co-op job, which he has held now year-round since he started. Along with the school and his job, Dante enjoys being a big brother to his 3 younger siblings, volunteering at summer youth football camps, and he always looks forward to his favorite hobby, fishing. In closing, Dante Salvo is an outstanding young man, and the Bristol Plymouth football program is going to miss him very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, once again from Bristol Plymouth, Dante Salvo. From Dartmouth High School, please welcome Raymond Gramlich IV and Coach Richard White. Well, Coach White says it's with great pride that the Dartmouth High School football coaching staff unanimously nominates senior captain Raymond Gramlich IV for the prestigious 2024 Otto Graham Football Achievement Award. As the defensive coordinator, Mike Martin, simply said, "Ray is our dude. His football ability, toughness, and leadership are everything that this award embodies. In 3 seasons as a varsity starter, Ray has seldom come off the field as the starting running back, outside linebacker, and strong safety, in addition to being on all special teams as our long snapper and for punts and PAT field goals, kickoff and punt returns, as well as our best kickoff coverage guy. On offense in 2023, Ray had 165 carries for 986 yards and 11 rushing touchdowns while adding 5 receptions for 57 yards, and 4 touchdowns. This season, he carried the ball 138 times for 881 yards and 13 touchdowns, while adding an additional 15 catches for 108 yards as a receiver. For his career, Ray rushed for over 2,500 yards, scored 37 touchdowns, and had over 3,000 all-purpose yards. In his best game this season, he rushed for 273 yards and 3 touchdowns. On defense, Ray played outside linebacker in 2023 and recorded 77 tackles, 4 of them for a loss, and a team-high 4 interceptions. This season, he moved to strong safety, where he led the team in tackles with 111. For his career, he recorded 202 tackles. His best defensive effort this season came on Thanksgiving, when he recorded 21 tackles. Outside of football, Ray's an excellent student, a member of the Dartmouth High School Theater Company, and is an outstanding member of our varsity indoor track and lacrosse teams. He is a leader in the weight room and on the 7-and-7 year-round, while volunteering for the Dartmouth Summer Sports Camps, Special Olympics, and our Unified Sports Athletic Program for students with disability. Ray hopes to continue his academic and football career at UMass Dartmouth. We sincerely hope that the selection committee will strongly consider Ray Gramlich. Ladies and gentlemen, once again from Dartmouth, Raymond Gramlich IV. From Diamond High School, please welcome Sam Perry and Coach Luke Barry. Well, Sam exemplifies the spirit of the Otto Graham Award through his exceptional talent, his leadership, and his academic achievement. Over the past 4 years, Sam has been a cornerstone of Diamond's varsity football team, demonstrating remarkable versatility, perseverance, and dedication to both the sport and his studies. As a 4-year varsity starter, Sam began his high school career as a wide receiver during his freshman year before transitioning to quarterback for his sophomore, junior, and senior seasons. Over his 4 years, he amassed over 6,000 passing yards, 82 career touchdowns, 56 passing, 22 of them rushing, and 4 receiving. In his final season, Perry threw for 2,269 yards, ran for 240, and accounted for a total of 36 touchdowns, solidifying his reputation as a dual-threat athlete and a consistent game changer for his team. His leadership and performance led his team to be named Mayflower Athletic Conference co-champions, and he was honored as the conference MVP. Beyond his athletic accomplishments, Sam's 3.9 GPA reflects his dedication to academic excellence. Balancing the demands of high-level athletics and rigorous coursework, Sam has demonstrated exceptional discipline and drive. In addition to his academic and athletic pursuits, Sam has excelled in the HVAC program at the school, where he has gained valuable technical skills and practical experience through a co-op job. His commitment to both his craft and his education exemplifies his ability to thrive in diverse environments. Sam's leadership qualities extend beyond his individual performance, as he is consistently inspiring his teammates with his work ethic, poise under pressure, and commitment to team success. Sam Perry embodies the values celebrated by the Otto Graham Award: a fierce competitor, a respected leader, and a scholar athlete who consistently strives for excellence. His contribution to his team, his school, and his community have left a lasting legacy, making him a truly deserving candidate for this prestigious award. Ladies and gentlemen, once again from Diamond Regional Vocational Technical High School, Sam Perry. That's the last time I'm going to come up with that whole thing about Diamond. I can tell you that right now. We'll just go with Diamond. It's a lot easier. From Durfee High School, please welcome Ben Sherry and Coach Taylor Brown. Well, Coach Brown talks about Ben and says, as his football coach for the past 2 years, it has been a true pleasure to be able to coach such a fine young man, both on and off the field. Ben is truly dedicated to his studies and has demonstrated a passion to succeed at a high level, both academically and athletically, by taking AP courses, early college courses, and all of this while maintaining a 4.31 GPA. Ben ranks 54th in his class out of 547 students. He's also a member of the National Honor Society, the History Abroad Club, and volunteers his time with the Unified Basketball Team. Ben is also a positive role model throughout the city and school community. He's been a member of the football team for 2 years, a 4-year starter on the baseball team, and a 4-year member of the basketball team. Ben was an established baseball player when entering Durfee 4 years ago and has excelled at the highest level on the baseball diamond, earning Big Three MVP, Conference All-Star, and the Boston Globe and Boston Herald All-Scholastic teams. It wasn't until Ben's junior season that he decided to play football after continually getting asked to play by the coaches for 2 years. So I guess you just kind of wore him down there, Taylor, huh? You finally got to him. During his junior season, we were predominantly a run-oriented offense and managed to catch 16 passes for 290 yards and 3 touchdowns. This year, with his brother Matt leading the offense, we were able to do some things we haven't been able to do in past seasons. They changed up the offense, and this year, Ben was able to establish himself as one of the most explosive players and deep threats in the area on the gridiron. Ben managed to collect 31 receptions for 804 yards and 9 touchdowns while averaging 25.93 yards per reception. Ben managed to break 100 yards receiving in a few games this year. Against Bridgewater Raynham, he managed to collect 3 catches for 114 yards and 2 touchdowns. Versus Brockton, he had 3 catches for 112 yards and a touchdown. And against Plymouth South, he had 4 catches for 137 yards and a touchdown. On the defensive side of the ball, he made 12 stops on defense, 12 passes defended, and 3 interceptions. In Ben's 2 years with the team, he managed to accumulate 47 catches for 1,095 yards, 12 touchdowns, and tally 72 points. The past 2 years has been a pleasure to watch Ben work hard on the offseason and develop his craft. His hard work has paid off, and he has set the example for the underclassmen in the program. Ben is a 2-time Big Three Conference All-Star, a 2024 Big Three Conference Co-MVP, a 2-time Herald News All-Star, and has been nominated for All-State. Next fall, he plans to continue his academic and athletic career at the next level at UMass Boston to play baseball. With Ben's athleticism, his competitiveness, and his drive to succeed, there is no doubt that he will be a successful young man at the next level and beyond. The Durfee football program coaches and players would like to show their appreciation to Ben by nominating him for this award. Ladies and gentlemen, once again from Durfee High School, Ben Sherry. From Fairhaven High School, please welcome Justin Marks and the coach, Derek Almeida. Well, Coach Almeida writes about Justin that he is a once-in-a-generation athlete who has set an unparalleled standard of excellence in Massachusetts high school sports. In 2024 football season alone, Justin recorded an astonishing 42 touchdowns with 1,907 rushing yards, capping a career that includes a total of 110 touchdowns, 5,514 rushing yards. With those 110 touchdowns, he is now the career state touchdown holder, meaning no other player in the history of Massachusetts high school football at any school at any time has scored as many touchdowns in their careers. An absolutely remarkable achievement. Well, a varsity starter in football, hockey, and lacrosse since his freshman year, Justin has consistently showcased his elite athleticism and competitive spirit, earning multiple SEC All-Star honors in all 3 sports. On the football field, Justin's ability to dominate games with his explosive speed, vision, and determination has made him a cornerstone of his team's success and a true standout in the sport. Justin has started and played in every football game during his high school career, showing unbelievable durability, with the Fairhaven High School team going 38-10 overall with 4 league titles, 1 state championship, and another state championship appearance. Justin was able to achieve great things individually, but his teams excelled as well. He was able to raise the level of the entire program and create a great football culture. He's a true leader and was chosen by his peers as captain during his junior and senior seasons. His offensive statistics are eye-popping, but he was also a force on defense that made him game-changing plays from his linebacker position. Whether it was making a great read and tackle, causing a turnover, or pressuring the QB on pass plays, Justin was regularly disrupting the offense. Justin has been decorated with many accolades already, including back-to-back South Coast Conference MVP awards in Boston Globe and Boston Herald All-Scholastics in football. Justin is an exceptional athlete who embodies the essence of an outstanding football player, both on and off the field. Off the field, Justin's impact is equally remarkable. Maintaining a 3.2 GPA while excelling in 3 varsity sports demonstrates his commitment to hard work and discipline. But beyond academics and athletics, he dedicates his time to mentoring the next generation of athletes through his volunteer work with Fairhaven Pop Warner football and local summer camps for football and lacrosse. His leadership, sportsmanship, and dedication to giving back to the community make him a role model for his peers and younger athletes alike. Justin Mark's record-breaking achievements, his athletic versatility, and unwavering commitment to excellence make him a wonderful candidate for the Otto Graham Award. Ladies and gentlemen, once again from Fairhaven, Justin Marks. From Greater New Bedford Vocational Technical High School, please welcome Harrison Cabral and Coach Sam Schilling. Well, the coaching staff talks about Harrison Cabral, and they say that as the coach for the past 3 years, they have had the privilege of witnessing his remarkable growth both as an athlete and an individual. Harrison has been a pivotal member of the football team, serving as a 3-year starter as a defensive inside linebacker and a 2-year or two-way starter at running back. His leadership qualities were recognized when he was elected captain unanimously by both his coaches and peers in his senior year. Under his guidance, our team reached the vocational semifinals in both his junior and senior years, a testament to his dedication and impact on the field. In his senior year, Harrison demonstrated exceptional skill and tenacity as a running back, rushing for 1,235 yards on 184 attempts, which averages out to an impressive 6.7 yards per carry and 113 yards per game. He scored 13 rushing touchdowns and even contributed a receiving touchdown with 86 yards on 6 receptions. Over his career, he accumulated a total of 2,039 rushing yards and 20 touchdowns, showcasing his ability to perform consistently at a high level. Defensively, Harrison excelled as well, totaling 86 tackles and 5 tackles for a loss in his senior year alone. Throughout his career, he amassed 218 total tackles as an inside linebacker, demonstrating his commitment to both personal and team success. Beyond athletics, Harrison has proven to be an outstanding student, maintaining a remarkable GPA of 3.91 in his academic and electrical shop classes. His commitment to excellence extends beyond the classroom. He is also a sprinter in the winter and spring track programs here at New Bedford Voc, and his dedication to community is evident through his volunteer work with Gifts to Give, Veterans House donations, coaching a local youth church basketball program, and working throughout the summer with incoming freshman athletes as they transition into the Voc-Tech community. Upon graduation, Harrison plans to further his education through a 2-year Eversource program at Bunker Hill Community College, aspiring to become an electrical lineman for Eversource. And as the coaches say, they have no doubt that he will excel in this endeavor. In summary, Harrison embodies the spirit, the dedication, the leadership, and the excellence that the Otto Graham Award represents. Ladies and gentlemen, once again from Greater New Bedford Voc-Tech, Harrison Cabral. From Joseph Case High School, please welcome Lucas Saltmarshy and Coach Anthony Palladino. Well, the coach writes that he is pleased to nominate Lucas for the Otto Graham Football Achievement Award for both his excellence on and off the field. On the field, Lucas has been a 2-year starter and leader for Case football. He has accumulated over 90 tackles, 9 sacks, 4 forced fumbles in his career. Although those numbers may not jump off the page, Lucas's contributions to Case football reach much further than any stat. He is ranked in the top 10 in his class while challenging himself in both honors and AP level classes, as he currently has a 4.21 GPA. He will be continuing his education at UMass Amherst as an architecture major next fall, where he will undoubtedly be successful. Lucas was a leader in every sense of the word. Showed up every day, led by example, worked closely with local organizations like the Swansea Little League to make a difference at the youth level. His reliability and his passion is what coaches strive for in every athlete that they coach. And Lucas brought that each and every day. He will be greatly missed, and he will be impossible to replace. Ladies and gentlemen, from Joseph Case High School, Lucas Saltmarshy. From Middleborough High School, please welcome Caden Carullo and Coach Pat Kingman. I like the coach just gives us the stats right off the bat here. And when he talks about Caden, 29 starts, 115 carries for 512 yards, 5 touchdowns, 53 receptions, 643 yards, and 8 touchdowns. Not too bad there, Caden. He exemplifies the true meaning of a Middleborough Sachem football player. Shows up early, stays late, competes every rep, and most importantly, never gives up. I can't remember a time when he wasn't taking reps. Even when taken out during practice, he would be back in the next play. He is a true leader on and off the gridiron. As a wide receiver, running back, and cornerback, he was the anchor to both offensive and defensive skill cores. However, Caden's finest contribution was his willingness to play anywhere at any time. Caden battled through some nagging issues from week 1 and will never complain or wanted to miss a rep during a game. He finished his senior campaign with his best game being his last. 17 touches for 158 yards and 2 touchdowns. As team captain, he always put the team in front of his own personal goals and really helped make Middleborough football into a family atmosphere. Caden has started 29 games for the Sachems at running back, slot receiver, and cornerback. He's also a 3-year starter and 4-year letter winner, 3-year varsity player on the baseball team, and a 3-year member of the indoor track team in the winter. Caden carries a 4.38 GPA and ranks 18th in the class. He is a member of the National Honor Society at Middleborough High School. He is also a member of the state-renowned Student Council at Middleborough High School. Caden has also volunteered his time at Jimmy Fun Walks, town and field cleanups around the town. Caden is undecided on which college to attend in the fall, but would like to continue to play some football at the next level where his best football is yet to come. More importantly than his athletic and academic accolades, Caden is a better son, brother, and teammate. Ladies and gentlemen, once again from Middleborough High School, Caden Carullo. From New Bedford High School, please welcome Devon Shields and Coach Mark DeBrito. Well, let's see what Coach has to say here about Devon. He's the nominee from New Bedford High School. He was a 2-year starter at both defensive end and offensive tackle for the Whalers. In his 2 years as a starter, Devon never missed a game, practice, or a snap. He's respected by his peers. He was voted team captain this past season. On the season, Devon had 36 tackles, 8 tackles for losses, and 2.5 sacks on defense. Although undersized, he played arguably the toughest position on offense, left offensive tackle. For his play on the field, Devon was named Big 3 in Standard Times All-Star. Off the field, he's a scholar as he carries a 3.3 grade point average while taking AP and honors courses. He's interested in several colleges. A list that includes Bentley University, Babson College, Boston College, UMass Amherst, and Howard University. If you've still not found the perfect Christmas gift for your significant other, Devon has the perfect gift for you. As a young entrepreneur, Devon runs his own business making and selling scented candles. Can I put my order in now? Oh, I'll get one for my lovely bride right now. This is good. Devon, just let me know. I'll write out the check. Devon has also dedicated his time to many programs at New Bedford High School, a list that includes the Black Student Union Club, Great Outdoors Club, Key Club, Gear Up, and Junior Achievement Club. Devon also plays basketball and volleyball at the high school. Outside of school, Devon is involved in his church. He was a summer camp counselor at the YMCA and a member of the UMass Dartmouth Marine Biology Internship Program. Ladies and gentlemen, once again from New Bedford High School, Devon Shields. From Old Colony High School, please welcome Max Finney and Coach Brandon Mendez. Coach Mendez writes that it's a privilege for Old Colony to nominate Max Finney for the 2024 Otto Graham Football Achievement Award. After making appearances in the playoffs as a freshman, becoming a 3-year two-way starter, and a 2-year captain, Max has had a successful high school career as an impact player and a leader for 4 consecutive Mayflower championships and an MIAA playoff appearances. Max's focus and stoic leadership in games and practice has provided the team with a sense of consistency and intensity. His level of play has been recognized, with Max being named a 2-time Mayflower League All-Star. As a 3-year starting fullback, Max rushed for over 500 yards in each of his 3 varsity seasons and compiled 15 touchdowns and 6 two-point conversions. More impressively, Max was the lead blocker for multiple 1,000-yard rushes, 5 of his top 8 all-time touchdown scorers in team history, and the highest-scoring offense in school history. Max's physical play style and ability to make the key block on the majority of the plays often ensured successful offensive output for the team. Defensively, Max was the play caller and physical leader from his linebacker position. He was the team leader in tackles for the past 2 seasons and averaged over 90 tackles in each of his 3 varsity seasons. Beyond his steady defensive production, Max's impact on defense was immeasurable. Max's knowledge of the defense and preparation for opponents each and every week was the driving force leading the defensive game plan and its execution on the field. Having Max lead the defense was like having another coach on the field on each and every play. As good a player as he was on the field, Max was. His best qualities are displayed as a leader off the field. Max is a model student, athlete, and looked up to by his teammates and peers in the school community. Max consistently does all that is asked of him as a teammate and a whole lot more, and is unwaveringly mild-mannered and respectful. Max has displayed true leadership characteristics since he entered Old Colony as a freshman. He's a role model and has all the characteristics of a true champion, and they are very proud as a team that they're represented by such a tremendous young adult. Academically, Max maintains a 3.2 GPA, ranking in the top half of his class. He's a leader in his vocational area of study, the house and mill carpentry shop, where he holds a full-time co-op job. Additionally, Max has been a 4-year varsity starter and 2-year captain for the varsity basketball team, where he currently has 999 career points heading into the season. Max, did you already get number 1,000? Didn't you already? I believe so, yes? No, okay, just making sure. So he's already crossed the 1,000 mark. He's also been an active member in the community in the Leadership Council, volunteering with the Student Council, and as a new student orientation leader, as well as counselor at the youth football camps over at Old Colony. Max is currently narrowing his options after graduation to enrolling in the U.S. Army or going to college and continuing to play football. After witnessing the amount of maturity, consistency, and passion that Max brings to each and every day, it will be no surprise where he will be successful in his future endeavors. Once again, from Old Colony High School, Max Finney. From Old Rochester Regional High School, please welcome Gavin Martin and Coach Bryce Gibo. Well, it is with great pleasure that Old Rochester nominates Gavin Martin for the Otto Graham Award. Gavin was a 2-year, two-way starter for the Bulldogs at the quarterback and safety positions. As a freshman, Gavin gave us a glimpse of what the future would look like as he started against Bishop Stang and ran for 107 yards with a touchdown and threw for 95 yards. As a junior, Gavin started to make his presence felt. He ran for 1,039 yards and had 12 touchdowns. He also added 506 yards through the air with 4 touchdowns. On defense, he led the team with 3 interceptions while adding 79 tackles and a fumble recovery. Gavin was selected as a captain his senior year and embraced his leadership role. On the field, Gavin was dominant on the offensive side of the ball. He rushed for 1,508 yards and 18 touchdowns, while adding 1,083 yards through the air and 7 touchdowns. He's a big reason that Old Rochester was able to make it to the Division V state semifinals. Gavin's leadership and playmaking ability will be sorely missed in the Old Rochester football program. The ultimate competitor, he finished with last 3 weeks of the season playing with a broken hand. He will leave Old Rochester with 2,654 rushing yards and 31 touchdowns on the ground, while adding 1,731 yards and 11 touchdowns through the air. He's a 2-time South Coast Conference All-Star. As good of a football player Gavin was for the program, he's an even better person, always encouraging and celebrating his teammates' success. It was always about the team and never about him. He did all his talking on the field with his pads, and he set a great example for the younger players in the program. Gavin has a 3.1 GPA and is captain of the basketball team. Ladies and gentlemen, once again from Old Rochester Regional, Gavin Martin. From Somerset Berkeley High School, please welcome Brendan McDonald and Coach Nick Freitas. Let's tell you a little bit here about Brendan. He has been a starter the past 2 years at Somerset Berkeley. He's been an asset in all 3 phases of the game. He was the kick and punt returner, played corner on defense, and on offense, he was the quarterback. He was dynamic in all phases of the game. He was our best all-around player this year. Brendan, or Biz, which is what our players called him, was our leader on offense this year. Somerset Berkeley was gifted and had a tremendous athlete with a great attitude and cunning intelligence. He averaged 9.5 yards per carry and finished the season with 1,631 rushing yards and 503 passing yards. He also rushed for 25 touchdowns and threw 9 passes for TDs. Biz was dynamic in both phases of the offensive game. Brendan also played cornerback well this year. He did a great job with pass breakups and locking down the wide receivers he faced. He had 21 solo tackles, 10 assists, 2 interceptions, and several pass breakups. Brendan McDonald is a coach's dream. He wants to win and will do anything it takes to get the job done. Working with athletes like Brendan makes coaching an awesome experience. Brendan is also an SEC All-Star, and he is a member of the National Honor Society and holds a 4.0 GPA. Brendan led our basketball team to the Final Four last year. We look forward to seeing Brendan's leadership and success in future seasons. His future plans are attending a prep school to play both football and basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, once again from Somerset Berkeley, Brendan McDonald. From Taunton High School, please welcome Elijah Prophet and Coach Brad Sidwell. Well, Elijah Prophet is the embodiment of toughness and dedication. A standout athlete who has left an indelible mark on Taunton High School football program. Over 4 years as a varsity football player, Elijah established himself as a force to be reckoned with on the field, consistently demonstrating a level of physicality and work ethic that inspired both his teammates and the coaches. Whether delivering bone-jarring tackles, grinding through extra drills after practice, or pushing himself to perfect his technique, he was the kind of player who refused to settle for anything less than his best. As a senior captain, the 2024 season started with him focused on defense. His ability to read plays and react quickly made him a game changer on defense, while his strength and endurance allowed him to dominate the trenches. And he did that as a linebacker. He finished the season with 111 total tackles, 10 and a half of them recorded as tackles for loss. He had a sack and numerous forced fumbles. He also had an interception that resulted in a pick six. These numbers are on top of an already impressive sophomore and junior seasons where he was a productive starter. Our opponents knew where he was lined up on each and every defensive play. Known for his relentless drive, Elijah approached every game and practice with an intensity that set the tone for his team. Midway through the season, when as a team we was struggling, we decided to make him the feature back in the offense. It helped us win 4 straight and complete a 3rd straight winning season. He ended up with 91 carries and 576 rushing yards, but the highlight increased as we approached the goal line. He ended up with 12 touchdowns on tough runs that embodied toughness. Elijah's production on the field spoke volumes of commitment to the sport. Over his 4-year varsity career, he consistently ranked among the top players in tackles, sacks, and game-changing plays. His leadership extended beyond statistics as he motivated his teammates with his infectious energy and unwavering focus. He is also a state champion wrestler, and it showed. As Elijah Prophet moves forward, his legacy is cemented as a player who brought all of his grit and savvy to every snap, leaving behind a program better than he found it. His journey is a testament to the power of grit, determination, and true love for the game of football. Ladies and gentlemen, once again from Taunton High School, Elijah Prophet. From Wareham High School, please welcome Peyton Calvin and Coach Cy Barito. Peyton has been an exceptional leader and has shown commitment to both his team and community over his high school career. Peyton has been a cornerstone of his team for the past 2 years, serving as varsity captain both his junior and senior seasons. He finished his senior season with 25 tackles, 4 of them for loss, and 2 sacks. He was also named a MAC Conference All-Star in his senior season. What sets Peyton apart? Well, it's his leadership. As a captain, he consistently led by example, mentoring younger teammates and guiding them through challenges, always encouraging and helping them to grow as high school athletes. He was also a great example of his teammates as Peyton would play whatever position he was asked, switching between the tight end role and center offensively. His ability to elevate his team, especially in such a young squad, speaks volumes about the person Peyton is and his commitment to growing the program. In addition to his athletic accomplishments, Peyton has excelled in the classroom. He's an honor roll student, an active member of the National Honor Society, and is senior class president. His work ethic and discipline extend beyond the field, making him a role model to his peers both academically and personally. Peyton is also active in his community. This past spring, Peyton volunteered with the Wareham Tigers youth program and took on the coaching role of a flag football team. He dedicated multiple hours of his own each and every week to teach younger players the fundamentals of the game, once again showing what Peyton is all about: community, leadership, and family. After high school, Peyton plans to pursue a college education in archaeology with the goal of becoming an archaeologist. He also plans on continuing his football career at that next level. Ladies and gentlemen, once again from Wareham High School, Peyton Calvin. I think if you were paying attention to all the things I talked about here with each and every one of these guys, what stood out for you? Great careers, good folks in the classroom, even better folks off the field. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a nice round of applause for each and every one of them? Well, this is something we've added in the last couple of years. We let you know who our 3 finalists are before you tell you who actually wins the award. So first, gentlemen, when I call your name, please stand up and be recognized. And oh, I got a lovely sticky note here that finally came out. First of all, from Apponequet High School, Brody Jolie. From Fairhaven High School, Justin Marks. And from Old Rochester Regional, Gavin Martin. In order to make our ceremony official, it wouldn't be quite official if we didn't have Mr. Fabio here to make sure he makes the presentation to one of these 3 lucky guys. One of them is about to become the 43rd winner of the Otto Graham Achievement Award. I just have to have a little chuckle here. I think this just caps off what he's done over there at Fairhaven High School, Justin Marks.
Alrighty. First, I'd like to start off by thanking my mom and dad for everything you guys have done for me. From the rides to practice every day to the rides to the weight room every morning. You guys have done nothing but be there for me, and it's been amazing, and I appreciate that the most. To the rides to all the college football camps, and to all the football gear you guys have paid for and bought in me. I'll forever be grateful for that. Thank you to my siblings also, Jackson, Violet, and Jordan, for always being my biggest supporters at every game. I'd also like to thank my grandparents for always showing up no matter what the weather was, rain, snow, whatever it was, they were always there for me, and I appreciate that. To my coaches, thank you for making it a standard to win at Fairhaven. Thank you for changing the culture. Every single time I stepped on the field, no matter what, if it was a practice, game, or a walkthrough, you held me to a standard and expected nothing but 100% effort no matter what, and that's what has shaped me into the person and the player I am today. Lastly, there's one main reason why I'm standing up here tonight, and that is my offensive line. I would 100% not be here without my offensive line. Nobody works harder than those guys up front, and I would say this is our award. I'm extremely grateful to be standing up here tonight and forever remember this moment. Thank you.
Justin Marks. Couple of things here before we go. One thing, I want to make sure they're all recognized. You know what? The coaches put in more time than we can actually give them credit for. If we were to break it down, they probably each make about $1.25 an hour with the number of hours they put in there. Ladies and gentlemen, how a nice round of applause for all of our coaches here tonight. Once again, we want to thank you for joining us here this evening. We want to thank all of the candidates here for the wonderful Achievement Award here tonight. And we thank you for joining us. We wish you a very happy holiday season. We're glad you could join us tonight. I think, do we still have a few things to maybe munch on out there, some coffee or something? And the AD goes, maybe, maybe not. So you'll find out when you get out there in the lobby. Once again, nice round of applause for our folks here with the 43rd Annual Otto Graham Award. Have a good night.